everybody. So this month for Obscure Animation, we're going to be talking about Mune, the Guardian of the Moon. And this is a French animated film that received an English dub from GKids and a one-day screening on August 12th. And I went to the one-day screening despite it being the day of my race, and so I was very tired. So I guess take this review with a grain of salt. That I was very tired, but I still enjoyed the film very much, and I think it's worth checking out on Blu-ray if you get a chance. Mune takes place in this fantasy world where there's a land of light and a land of darkness. And on the light side, the sun is harnessed to this kind of temple that looks like a bison. And on the darkness side, the moon is held up by these sort of gossamer-like strands, these fabric almost looking strands, by this thing that looks, this temple that looks like a big bird. And not big bird, but a large bird. In this world, there is a guardian assigned over the sun and over the moon. And at the beginning of the movie, there's two characters that are given dominion, I guess, over the sun and the moon. There's a character called Sahone who is given the guardianship of the sun, and he's kind of cocky and full of himself and kind of a jock kind of character. And then you have this character Mune, who is surprisingly given guardianship of the sun, of the moon. There's this other creature named Linon who is very jealous of Mune, and he basically sort of steals the moon, and so then they have to go through all of this sort of process and steps to bring back the moon. And that also involves this girl that's made out of wax named Glim, and some other characters. The animation is so beautiful in this. There's CG animation, which I just thought was so lovely, and just had a luminescent quality to it that you don't often see in U.S. and Western CG. And then there would also be these sections that were sort of dream sections or storytelling sections, and those would be in 2D, traditional hand-drawn animation, and would flip back and forth, and that was really beautiful and fun for me. And there's some comic relief put in there. There's this villain named Necros who steals the sun, and there's a whole bunch of other mythical creatures, and Necros has these goons that are sort of like Pain and Panic from Hercules that I thought were pretty funny. I thought that it was pretty solid. The downside, I guess, to this movie is I really liked the characters. I thought that you really felt for them, even though they are pretty stocky characters. Like there's the bad guy, there's the angelic sort of female character, there's the hero. They're fairly generic, but I thought they were executed well, so I enjoyed them, and like I said, they're so beautiful. So beautiful. And the music by Bruno Callis is really great, really wonderful. And the only downside is that it does get pretty convoluted and pretty confusing, and I was very tired, so that may be part of it. But I was still engaged enough to enjoy it. But it is pretty, there's a lot of characters, and there's a lot of mythology in here. Between the moon and the sun and the different temples and the things, it does get pretty confusing, I would say, at times. And sort of the powers of everybody can be a little confusing, particularly Glim. I didn't quite 100% understand like what she was and what her powers were, and maybe I think it's the kind of thing I'd probably want to see it a couple more times to really get a handle on what they were trying to say with her character. It's a movie that would grow on me the more and more I saw it, just because it has all this mythology and all this lore. And I think it has a real nice heart to it. It's really just pleasant to watch. It's not like the best movie I've ever seen, but I did really enjoy it, and it was so beautiful that I think it's definitely worth a watch if you get a chance. Like I said, the music was really strong. It's something new, it's something fresh, it's something very original, And so you gotta enjoy that, I think. And it's interesting because it was made in 2014 in France, but not released here until 2017. So sometimes it takes a while to get these films. And my other critique is I didn't think that the dub was very good. I would much rather, I think, watch it in subtitles rather than this dub. It has Ed Helms and Rob Lowe and Patton Oswalt and a bunch of famous actors, but I don't know, I just felt like they sounded too American almost. I think they would have been better with British actors. I don't know, something about it felt more sort of mythical and just fit with this kind of story for some reason to not have these really American sounding voices. But I still really had a good time watching it, and I think it's definitely worth checking out if you get a chance. So look for it on Blu-ray probably this fall is my guess. And yeah, so thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye!